Okie dokie, this is a game I played a few days ago now, but it's me against Liam and his Chaos Dwarfs. This is my Amazons. A reason I'm doing this is because it was a fairly interesting match, I think, and also because Alex is playing Liam in round one of the Home Nations and is playing Chaos Dwarfs against Amazons, which is what this one was. So it might be quite useful watching if he's watching it. We started very sunny, but no, neither of us seems to be passing, so it doesn't really matter, I wouldn't have thought. So set up like this, like a little boat. Other people don't. I'm just going to see what that does. Oh, it draws on there. Fancy. Right. Oh, no. Fine. Yeah, so I might do that later. I need to play around with the sketches because that's new since the last time I used it. Anyway, so I like a boat just to protect these dudes. Yeah, other people don't like that so much. What have we got here? Let's mark on a few of these. Let's go for guard on there. So we've got double guard bulls, which and this is the same team he's taken to Home Nations, and I assume to Euroball as well. So we've got a few Mighty Blow on there and a bonus guard in there for the two dices. And this chap back here has got sure hands, but I don't think that does anything in this game. What have we got? So we've got some guard in here as well, and a bit of guard in there as well. So here it goes. So three in the middle, going to get duffed up, but there we go. I think he chose to receive in hoping to kill my dudes and immediately killed someone. I used the Apo there straight away, just because it was badly hurt. I think other people are going to die, but I'm just sort of, if you get badly hurt, then it's a good idea to use the Apo just to get a player back, I believe. And also, first hit of the game is hard to take. But yeah, apart from that, the line survived, so well done them. Yeah, so Sure Hands caught the ball off the kick, and then he's immediately got all his sort of dudes in the middle, apart from a blitz down here, which is just a pushback. And then I think he retreats just a wee bit. So got no rush particularly. So what I'm doing here is blocking into here. I think I made a little mistake here, but I'm not going to do very much in this turn. So blocking in there, and then I moved him into the wrong place. I should have brought him back here. How much move did I have left? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, maybe I didn't have enough space to bring him back. Oh, that's why I did it possibly. Oh no, it wasn't that. Wasn't the issue. The issue was this guy. Yeah, that was the problem. So I put this one in the wrong place because basically I'm going to hit him now, and if I get the push, he ends up next to one of my players. So I should have put this guy here, so that when I get the, if I don't knock him down, then he's not next to one of my players. So I did get the push, and so I thought, oh bugger, he's next to one of my players. But that's okay. He's just got a bit of guard in there, and all I'm doing here is just stopping him from running through, basically. So he comes down here trying to knock my guys down. Needs block basically. Chaos Dwarfs haven't got tackle anymore, but they've got these fire breather guys, which is fun. So he gets the punch there. So what he's doing here is just making up a cage down here, and I think I'm just going to get in the way. Nothing huge happening at this point. So bringing the guard into there is also defensive on the next turn. So just a little bit of engagement. I'm not worried about him hitting me because I'm stronger, and I should be able to get rid of some guard, hopefully. And then I get another blitz in there. Yes, blitzing with block, so knock him down. And then going to dodge that one out, but he falls over and stuns himself. So could have stayed down there, but yeah, fair enough for the 1 in 9. So I just left this chap here with block and dodge, but again, there would have been better because now he's going to push me and then get to hit him again, I think. So it's really good to watch out for the where is a player going to be pushed to if they're going to get hit, which is fairly basic stuff really. But yeah, fairly solid cage. Now this is interesting. Well, I say a solid cage, but actually I think here he gets into a little bit of trouble. We'll just go to the end of the turn. This is not an ideal setup for him, I don't think, because basically what I think I can do here. So if I put a player here, then he can block this one. Is that right? Oh no, so this one blocks this one to there and blocks up that cage. And then I can, if I fill up this square, then he can block him and push this one away. And then I can walk into the and blitz the ball carrier. I think it's only going to be 1 dice. But yeah, so push there, need him on the pitch basically, which is fine. And then fill up that hole. I thought about whether I could use the Garda to blitz to make it easier to get like one dice basically. But obviously, because he was there, couldn't do that because there was no other way into that hole. So get the now. This is the annoying one. If that had been a POW, would that have worked? Yeah. So if that had been a POW, that would have been him into him. He gets pushed back there, and they wouldn't have followed up, and then could have gone um, into there. It would have been half dice, so would I have taken that with block? Maybe. Yeah, worth it. Worth it at this stage, I think. Not using a reroll in it, but just in case something good comes out of it. If you take out the sure hands hobgoblin, then he's in a bit of trouble. And it's always nice to get an early hit on the ball carrier as well. But it was only a push, so I pushed back to there. Just followed up, got the two guarders together. No guarders on there. Not sure why I put him in there. He's got blocks, so not too worried about it. And then just a bonus blitz in there. I suppose I could have blitzed the bull centaur, but yeah, didn't do that. Right, so here I do a mass engage basically. So what I was thinking here was that these two bulls are engaged. So I was aware he could try and push down here, but there's no way the bulls are going to be able to join in that fun. And so I thought that a case of separating his team basically. So once you start engaging, it's a good idea to engage fully. Slight regret on engaging this one because he hasn't got block, but I think a lot of the other ones have got block or wrestle or are stronger. So let's see what happens. So this one gets a yeah, using pro there, and then he's got two dice on this one, so he gets taken out. Sorry, block on that one. Yeah, sorry, block there. So that was unfortunate. But yeah, this bull centaur is very out of the game now if he's going to come this way. So he's blitzing there with a push. Sorry, with a rush. Yeah. So only gets a push, and I think this is looking quite good here. So the hobgoblin is just coming down here. Has to use a reroll for the one dice hit, and then the hobgoblin comes around to there. So I'm reasonably sort of comfortable with this, I think, because I can get my two guarders into that mix, and his two guarders, bull centaurs, are over here, and I could just keep them engaged. So pow on there, and then I can get into here. This didn't end up being quite as good as I thought it was. That if that would have been a pow, I think that would have been really good. But basically, I made life a little uncomfortable for him down here, but I couldn't quite get enough players around here. Still happy with the fact that I've keeping his sort of guarders out of the game. Just trying to think if there was anything. I'm just going to pause that a minute. So he comes down to there to keep him sort of honest. I think I'm going to mark this guy. Let's just go ahead. Oh no, right, okay, that's interesting. I wonder why I didn't mark him. So that was a 2, 3, 4, 5. Could probably have marked him actually. That would have been better. Yeah. So he comes around. He's going to mark this one, so that I want one person marking each really. That was handy. And then go for it to. Yeah, I think this one should have marked this one. It would have been better. Right. So this looked fairly comfortable, I thought, but actually he gets out of it reasonably easily. I think. Let's see how he does it. So I wasn't entirely paying attention. So that's another reroll gone there. I'm immediate start with the skull both down. The blitz is up there. I don't quite remember how he. So he blitzes there to get the guard in. Yeah, that's fine. And then a pow. Is that pow? Is that? No, it's just a push. Okay, interesting. And then that's one dice. Okay, so it's a one dice hit, and then he's free to go. Okay, yeah. So that wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but it's still. I don't think it's comfortable for him still. That's another rush. He's going there. He's only got one reroll left at this stage, and basically now I think he's left me a blitz on the ball carrier, which is a good thing. Yeah. gets hit there. So this one can blitz 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, rush and hit for 1 dice, which is reasonable. 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I could have done 2 dodges with this one and then had another hit. But I get lucky here, so I get the rush and then the second rush, and then I manage to pow the ball carrier, which is always tasty. Ball bounces into there. So ball on the floor, only 1 reroll left. Sure hands sort of lurking. Now this would have been really good if that had worked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could have gone into there. So pick it up on a 5, and if I'd made it, it would have been lovely because there's no block really around. Well, maybe this one. And if I failed, it would have been an interesting bounce, I think. But yeah, failed that dodge, and so made it a bit easier for him to get back. But yeah, reasonably happy. Yeah, I do wonder if I could have made that a bit comfier down there. But yeah, he's using the hits here. So he blitzes here to free up the sure hands. Hobgoblin makes the pickup. Forcing the 3-ups is good. And then I think it goes wrong here. Oh no, wait a second. Yeah, so managed to knock that one away, and then I've got a 1 dice blitz on the ball carrier, and I've still got this one here to hopefully get the ball back. But again, failed the dodge. So I failed 2 slightly unhelpful dodges in there, really. And then that allowed him to just walk it in. I don't think, yeah, he just walked it in. So I've got 2 turns to score back, 11 min, which I'm happy with. Short kick, which is very good, and this should have been fine, but it wasn't comfortable. So what did I do wrong here? So basically got forward. I got 3, 4 there. Could this guy have come forward a bit more, maybe? But I'm what am I? I'm 8 squares out. Got 6 move 6 player on the ball, so I can't afford to be hit backwards, and I can't afford to go sideways when I go there. So maybe may have been more sensible to have a blitzer on the ball. Actually, could I have done that? Is that the way? Because I keep telling myself that I need to have a blitzer on the ball. So I could have handed off to, if they got the blitzer forward, then I could have handed off to the blitzer, potentially. Still had 4 rerolls at this stage, so that would have been good. And yeah, he's out of rerolls, so that would have been nice. All right, so he's got a load of players back here who aren't doing anything. This player's not doing anything. This player's not doing anything. He's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 6 players to make my life difficult, and he sort of sets a puzzle here. And I don't think I solved the puzzle as well as I could have done. So blitzing with the block player because he hasn't got any rerolls, so that was the sensible thing to do. Jams the guard in, gets the hobgoblin in the way, and that's definitely a puzzle that is worth having a look at later. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of that one and save that one for later to mess about with. All right, so I don't know what the solution was here, but I don't think the solution was what I did in the end. So brought the Garda in. I went for the blitz on that fella. I think I was thinking something like get rid of him, block him out, and then dodge down there or something like that. But this wasn't great. So powered in there. Oh yeah, he hits him. Reroll there. And needed to follow up. I think that was the issue there, that I needed to follow up. If I hadn't needed to follow up, then he would have been able to get, was that half dice still? No, it's still a half dice. Yeah, basically I left myself with a half dice, and if you can't be good, be lucky, roll double pow. So yeah, that was nice. And they made the dodge out and 2 rerolls with, well, 2 dodges, 2 rushes with 4 rerolls, and went in 1-all, slightly undeserved, but yeah, got away with that. At this point, I should probably be carrying with the ball carrier. Let's see how much I carry with the blitzer. Carry the ball carrier. Carry the blitzer this weekend, because that is a good thing to do with Amazons. But I can't really get in the habit of doing it, despite having played with them quite a lot. I always think, oh, throw will be fine. And obviously, with the cook-off return on the ball, it's good to be under the ball. But if you don't pick up the ball, then it's a good idea to get the blitzer on it, I think, in general. I always think as well that I don't need the extra move because if I've got 8 turns to score, then the extra move shouldn't be a problem. Um, so yeah. Right, so pootling along here, and actually I think this is a reasonable drive. There's nothing hugely interesting that happens for a little while anyway. So let's zoom through this one at fairly speedy. I'm just sort of pushing down the pitch, trying to keep it coming back in the middle. Like no particular rush. I'm in his half, which is a nice place to be. 1 or 2 squares further forward, and then life is good, I think. So everything goes reasonably according to plan, just hitting people and moving forward, knocking people over, blitzing, and then this is quite a nice little stun there. Oops, getting to pushing forward again. This is an interesting cage. I think this is all right. Yeah, there's no way into there. So yeah, absolutely turn 3, and I'm parked in his half, and lots of his players are out of the position, so I'm sort of happy with this. I'll zoom through a bit more. Yeah, so really decent sort of position here, just sort of chilling out. He has to put the pressure on, otherwise I'm gonna, stroll it in my own time. But I think I get some decent dice here. So I'm able to get 2 dice on his bull centaur, then 2 dice blitz on the other one, and then hit the last one. So it's 3 dice there, which is good. Got a nice sort of sideliney type thing going on. Bonus dodge there. I'm using this guy to keep the dwarf out of the way, because I think he'll cause a bit of trouble if he comes back. But yeah, decent sort of setup here. Not as nice as in the middle, because if he's only got a few players, he's jammed me to the side a wee bit, but should be okay. I'm going to try and take out the sure hands person, because if I take the sure hands out, then it's a bit more comfortable scoring. Just knocking forward. Got a little cage there, which is fine. Just don't know why I only stood him up then, and I failed the dodge there. Yeah, one dice pow and broken armor was a bit irritating. Yeah, so he's got against the ball carrier again. And this is my turn 5 now. So at this point, I'm fairly thinking, well, okay, I could score. If there was an easy chance to score, I think I would take it. But it's getting a bit cozy. So let's see what happens in the next turn. This is where it sort of gets a bit more interesting. He's still hitting me. All right, so knock that chap down. Both down. Oh, right, it's a fire breather. Yeah, so this one actually causes a wee bit of trouble in a moment. But it's their nice stun on that bull centaur is good. Oh, that wasn't even a blitz, it was a block. So I'm blitzing this one so that I can get around the back here, and just make life awkward for him. But actually this one I think should have come round here, probably would have made life better. Yeah, this isn't good. So let's have a look at this structure. I think staying there, no, that was all right. Yeah, what's this chap doing? I got this one as well. Yeah. All right, why didn't he block him as well? That was the other question. Right, so I've messed this up a wee bit. So what happens here is he takes the 1 dice blitz, that blitz block. So 1 dice block on there, pushes him next to him, and then I get fire breathed on, which makes life irritating. Because it goes through and it's a knockdown, and then the ball is loose. So with only 2 turns to go, the ball is loose, which is not an ideal situation at all. Still doing well in terms of position, obviously, and that sort of thing. But only 1 reroll left, and need that for the pickup. All right, and then this is where needed the ball. So failed the first pickup, so now no rerolls left. So now I'm worrying because it's only got 1 turn left. So it was reasonably comfortable, but I think it was one of those things where I just sort of made one mistake really in terms of positioning. It sort of shows that how critical it can be just to get this one thing. Block there, block there. I think, this one blitzes then, picks up the ball, and one dice powers the ball, that chap, and then scores. So I managed to score at the end, but it was not at all as comfortable as it could have been. And it's just I got a bit jammed in the side potentially. But yeah, pleased to win that one in the end, and nothing much happened in the last turn. So it was a really good game, and I look forward to seeing Liam in Loughborough this weekend. Cheers.